Okay, let's get at it.
Woo! Yay, hiking.
Another colorful sky for the sunrise.
Good morning.
Okay, we are leaving our pen spot up here on Wildcat. It is November 21st, 2021.
Happy birthday, Dad.
Happy birthday. Day 173. We've got a nice short day today. We are 5 point something and then 2.5 miles.
7.9.
Total of 7.9. So we're going up Snowbird Mountain, Snowbird Peak is what we're starting the day with. And then the rest of the day, or the next 5 miles, will be down to a hostel called Standing Bear Farm. We're not actually staying there, but we're going to stop in and say hello. And then we're going to leave Standing Bear and do another 2.5 miles to Davenport Gap. And what is Davenport Gap?
It is the northern end of the Smokies.
It is the northern end of the
today, and then going to the Smokies tomorrow.
That's right. So we'll get to Davenport Gap tonight, or I'm sorry, this morning. And then we're going to actually get a shuttle from Standing Bear, which is why we're stopping in there. And they're going to shuttle us up from Davenport Gap. So we're out of the cold and rain tonight. I think it's supposed to rain about 3/4 of an inch, according to the forecast. And so rather than starting a cold, wet trek through the Smokies, we'll be out of that for the night. And tomorrow morning, we head in. So it should be a pretty good morning with a mostly down, and I have it split up in my head as the 5+ miles to get to Standing Bear, and then the 2.5 or so, 2.7 to get from there to Davenport, and then we'll shuttle back. All right.
It's not that cold.
Oh, it is not that cold.
It's a dry night, and we are not even in our wind jackets this morning, or buffs on our faces, or a little bit of glovage, but it's a mild morning.
It is a mild. I do have my hat and gloves on, or at least the glove liner still, but this is nice weather. Tomorrow's going to be less nice. We will take it today. All right. We'll see you on the other side of the mountain. Looks like we're hitting the top of Snowbird Peak. We'll see at the top if there's any view, but it's definitely a clearing. At least peek around here. Well, that mountain out there looks cool, just with the shadows and the ridges and everything else. The sun has come up. Okay, I'm going to push to the rest of the peak here. I wonder if this is a ski slope or not. I don't know what that building is up there, but we'll head that way in a minute. In the meantime, I'm gonna take in this view. These are some nice views.
It just never gets old.
It really does not.
We built a cabin right here.
Okay, not a ski slope at all. It's a aircraft VOR set up to let the planes know where they're flying.
I've never seen one of those before. That's kind of cool.
I don't think I've ever seen one up close and personal. Awesome. Okay, so let's not disrupt it because the FAA says it could result in the loss of human life. Okay, we'll see ya. Okay, we've done the first portion of our morning and are approaching the Standing Bear Farm Hostel. We'll check in there in a little while, head another 2 point whatever miles to Davenport. Hello, bunkhouse. Okay, we're back on trail. Had a quick stop and look at my back. Yes, we dropped our packs at the shuttle. That's going to pick us up in another hour or so at Davenport Gap. So, all right, we're going to punch this out and say hello to the Smokies before we leave them for the night. See ya.
Okay, this is kind of crazy. We are about to go down steps and go underneath I-40, which is where we've been in and out of the Smokies a number of times. And Jim and I have driven over to see where the AT comes out, and now we're going to be on it. It's kind of cool.
Okay, we are crossing the Pigeon River. Hello, Pigeon River.
Oh.
I'd call the other side of this bridge the Smokies, whether I'm right or wrong. Climb of the day. All right, it is end of day 173. Nice shorter day.
It was
and
a nice
we split it up into two parts today. So we left what I'm calling Wildcat Stealth Spot.
Mm-hmm.
And we
went up Snowbird Peak, which had spectacular views yet again today.
Yeah, great views.
A really cool, what was the tower thing?
It was a VOR tower.
Yeah, I'd never seen anything like that. That was neat.
Aircraft vectoring stuff. So
That's
stuff.
the technical term. Stuff.
So that was good. And then we came
down.
Yeah, we went down from there to Standing Bear Hostel, Standing Bear Farm Hostel, just to check in and say hi and arrange a shuttle. And then we
down to I-40, and we went under I-40 and then back up to Davenport Gap, which
Yeah,
is
that was a pretty steep gap.
It was a steep climb, but it was not a bad climb. It was short. It's like 0.7 miles up or something. And it's just kind of cool to go under 40 and see the signs to Knoxville. We're as close as we'll be here in the Smokies for the next 5 days or so to Knoxville, which is where we live. So that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
And then we got picked up and got a ride up to Newport, Tennessee.
Hold on, we got picked up at Davenport Gap, which is the very edge of the Smokies.
Yeah.
So
we'll go in tomorrow.
Yep, we'll go in tomorrow.
And we came out for our last kind of shower, clean up, and resupply before we headed into the Smokies.
Yep, and to avoid the inch of rain that's coming down right now.
Yeah.
So.
We decided we didn't want to start the Smokies wet. So.
Yep. Okay, I have a question for you.
Uh-oh. Pop quiz.
5 months later.
Yes.
What are your main memories of Maine?
You didn't tell me you were going to do that today.
Yeah, I warned you like every day for the last week.
Okay, okay, Maine. Okay, so Maine has so much tied into it because it was our first state. Yep. The anxiety and excitement and nervousness around the start. But I think for me, Maine a lot, at least the start of Maine, was people. So the group that we started hiking with and the high fives as we, not started hiking with, but the day we started.
You're stealing my stuff there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
well, they were cool people, and just as we went up a different trail up Katahdin and they went up the Hunt Trail, and when we got, they were faster than we were, and when they got up, they were coming down the top as we were getting to the top, and they were cheering us on. We just met them that morning or the day before, and that was just kind of cool, and we hung out with them in a couple shelters for the next week or two. So that was really neat, and I know we talked about this in our videos long ago, but one set of them we caught up with at Shaw's, and the young lady came out and gave me a big hug. I'm so happy you're here! And it was like long lost friends, and these were just people we just met on trail. So that was really cool. That was a big highlight of Maine for me, were the people. Yep. And I'll also say on the people front, I know you won't say this one, a guy named Cody at the AT Lodge was super helpful for me. Not only the pack shakedown, that was great, but honestly, more importantly, when we had to get out of the 100 mile and go back, he and I had a chat about hiking with somebody else that hikes at a different speed than you, that has different needs on trail than you. He was the slower one that needed more electrolytes and had more heat problems, whatever, of his hiking partnership with his girlfriend. And so he was really helpful to me in just knowing how to deal with you and I being different hikers. And being okay with that, and that was super helpful. So people for me. Okay. Cool. As one. How about you give one?
Okay. I'll give the two easy ones, which are not the people one, which is going to be mine also. It is day one, the summit of Katahdin and coming down Katahdin were, I thought, spectacular. I hadn't watched all the YouTubes or anything else, so I had no idea what we were getting into. So that was kind of all new.
It's too hard to find.
That was all new for me. Hey, day one we YouTubed it. So, but yeah. So that was day one was great. And then on the flip side of that, the 4 days leaving Maine were miserable. Where we're literally, there were questions about whether this hike was going to go through or not. So those 4 miserable days of in the rain and cold, coming through some of the toughest sections of southern Maine, was kind of the flip end of Katahdin.
Yeah. So okay, if we're gonna go geography, the Saddlebacks for me were spectacular. I loved them. That was the first time that we were wandering over mountains that included a whole lot of rock climbing that I really had a good time on. And it was the first time we really could see the ridgeline ahead of us, the Saddlebacks and the Horn, and I just loved that part of trail, which was really fun. So in general, I'll say Maine for me, and I think I posted this on Facebook, were about courage and humility. And I say that because we thought we knew how to hike before we started, and Maine kicked us in the ass pretty fast, not only with the heat and my falling on my knee, but just the mountains were bigger than we thought they were going to be. The inclines were steeper, took us a lot longer to get where we were going, and so humility, and then also courage, because Maine tested my courage. There were parts that just scared the bejesus out of me, and you look over this mountain and go, how the heck am I going to get up this thing? And you just do. And so for me, Maine was a huge physical and emotional growth state.
Good job getting through it.
Yeah. Hey, I completed Maine. It was good. But yeah, it was a complete resetting of expectations about what this trip was going to be about.
Yeah.
So I thought you were just going with good stuff.
Well,
that's why I started with the people.
Yeah, okay, and then my number 3 was also the people. Like so day 1, a high fiving of prom night and Dairy Queen and those as we're going up.
Corey and Jess.
Day 2, meeting Billy Go for the first time, who we hopefully is still a day or 2 behind us.
Yeah.
Even all through with the Weevils and Salt Lake and Hard Goods and Medicine Man. Like there's so many people that we met, both northbound and southbound. But then there's also the attrition. So the day before we left, we know of 2 people that are, one that finished and one that's still on trail, we think. And then the day we left, the people we know, we're the only 2 still on.
Yeah, I don't know if Promite and Jerry Free are still out here. I know they got off for
we haven't heard anything since the middle of Pennsylvania. Yeah. And then I guess our first 0 when we met like Taco and Char, and then hooked up with that group for months that we kind of bonded with them.
And some of them have finished now, which is awesome.
Yep. So that's my people.
Okay.
Stuff.
Yeah, lots of people, and we're still keeping track of as we watch some of them finishing or some of them hitting other milestones that get posted on Facebook that we see, and yeah, that is cool just to see people. So a lot of people dropped out, but a lot of people are still out there, which is neat. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Any others?
Yeah. So 2 others, Maine. Remind me if these are Maine or not Maine, but they blur. Shaw's was a huge experience for me, not just because it's an iconic hostel trail in Monson, Maine, but because it's the first time we really did hang out with northbounders. Yeah. And so there was a northbounder there that had summited, finished, and then came back to Shaw.
Yeah, and we actually met him
while he was still hiking
through the 100-mile.
And it just was neat to hear his advice on how to make this happen and stuff. And so that was kind of neat because it's the first time we really kind of hung out, and we continue to do that through Maine and New Hampshire. But I enjoyed that a lot. And Caratunk is in Maine, yes?
Yes.
Yes, and so the Sterling Inn was still one of my favorite hostels. And I say that, and not only the hostel, but that morning we got up early. I don't know if you remember. We hiked 9 miles into town, and we still got there by like 9 or 10 a.m. And it was one of those, like, it was super smooth trail. It was super easy in. We got poured on, but we didn't care because we were going to a hostel. Like, that was one of the first kind of look at these miles we can do before breakfast kind of days. And so that day really stands out to me quite a bit. That was a really cool.
Okay, but that brings up my one disappointment on the trip.
One disappointment is it on the whole trip?
The big one is I'm disappointed in myself that I did not cross the Caratunk
on your own accord. You got in the canoe instead of swimming. Instead of swimming across the Kennebec River.
So oh well.
Okay, the official route with the white blaze is in the bottom of the canoe, and that's what we took. But he's still been whining about this. So that's fair.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. So Maine was forever long. That's the other thing that strikes me about Maine is it's forever long, but it does eventually end.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all.
Is that Maine?
That's
okay,
Maine.
That's Maine. Okay, hopefully we remember this. 6 months from now. Otherwise, we'll have to watch the video again. Okay.
All right. We'll see you tomorrow.
See ya.